Still got some seats up front here if folks want to. If you don't want to, no? You're not going to share? They can't sit at the cool kids table? No? We'll get started in about 2 minutes, but again, we got some chairs up here if you prefer not to stand. I did say we had 2 minutes ago, so right, you guys can Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I appreciate you taking time. We're heading into that really busy time of year. I love the last half of the spring semester. It just feels like a sprint to the end that culminates in that remarkable experience that we'll have down the block with graduation. I don't know if you've heard, I don't think it's a surprise, but fireworks at graduation this year. So hopefully as planned, or that those are the decisions that cost presidents their job, you know, when you sign off on fireworks and something goes wrong and then you see me working at the Circle K later on. And I'm like, damn, it was the fireworks. Things were going so well, and then I authorized fireworks. But I'm certain that that will end another spectacular academic year for us. But thanks for joining us here today. I wanted to share some big news. Last Thursday, very late in the day, I received the draft copy of the HLC team's report for their visit here back in February, early part of February, I guess it was. And I'll have a couple of thoughts to share with you, but before I do that, I would absolutely be remiss if I didn't once again recognize all the effort that went into this. This is once a decade. If you get it right, a HLC team will visit your institution every 10 years. The stakes obviously could not be higher. Our ability to award federal financial aid is contingent on our accreditation. Our ability for our credits to transfer to other universities is contingent on our continued accreditation. And so it's a big deal. We spent 2, 3, 4 years in preparation for this visit, a lot of work. And I do want to recognize, I recognized her at the January all-campus meeting, but she wasn't in the room. And she's just squirming with unease that she's about to be recognized, which makes it all the more fun. I do want to recognize the author of our report, our assurance argument, and that's Jana Moore. Jana, could you stand and... Thank you, Jana. It was just magnificent. So, why are we having cake for breakfast? There are, I believe, 26 different criteria that HLC lays out that we need to meet. And I will share with you that we met without any concerns all but one of those criteria. Yeah. Our visiting team did have some questions and some issues, if you will, with our ability to assess student learning outcomes. Particularly, as I will share that the student services area was lauded and recognized for their efforts in the assessment of student learning outcomes, as was our CTE area in terms of our, what they called the liberal arts faculty or transfer faculty. They showed some gaps and some work to be done, and we will have to pay specific attention to that over the next 4 years and write a, in our interim report. There's an interim report 4 years from now, and we will have to address those concerns with great specificity in 4 years. So we'll talk about that in the coming months. I will tell you that as president, on a day-to-day basis, you kind of get consumed with what's going wrong, right? At any given day, you're just immersed in the challenges of the institution, a big, complex institution spread out over 10,000 miles, and you sometimes fail to see the enormous good that this institution is doing for the communities that we serve. And to have 4 folks come into our institution and highlight what they felt was so important with this institution. In reading this, and I read it twice over the weekend, it was just so heartwarming to see them compliment our district governing board, informed, engaged, but not intrusive in the operations of this institution. It spoke of a dynamic strategic plan that is truly unifying the institution and moving us forward in a direct path. It spoke of incredible, almost unprecedented community engagement, where this room, we had leaders of our community invited to come in and talk to the HLC. And person after person, no one from the college could be in there, but obviously we heard what went on in there, about how the college steps up to help solve community problems. That if there's an issue, the community is at the table, the college is at the table trying to help solve it. Engage with business, with our university partners, our K-12 partners, our nonprofit organizations. That if it's something's going on in Yuma and La Paz County, this college is engaged in that process, and how appreciative our community is of this college. And then student testimonials, how they felt supported and challenged, and our mission and vision statement, our dynamic BHAG of trying to double baccalaureate attainment in our region. Efforts to increase communication were lauded. I think we have a lot more work to do there. Transparency, trying to be more open in our decision-making process. Again, more work to be done, but lauded as progress being made. I will tell you that we all have a lot to be proud of. They came. It's nice to be validated externally sometimes, to have someone come in, take a look at what we're doing, how we're doing it, with the resources that we have available. It's not easy to run a community college in the state of Arizona. It's just not. The resources are scant, and the impact that we are having with the resources available to us, we're once again lauded. The team wrote, and again, it'll be up on our website when it's not a draft. You're probably saying, can I read it? Yes, you can. Can you read it today? No, you can't. It was a remarkable report. I was so excited when I got it Thursday afternoon, had to call cabinet. It was about 4 o'clock on Thursday. We got together, and I just shared how proud I was. We pulled together. It's a stellar report. It is a stellar report. And again, I serve as a Higher Learning Commission team peer evaluator. The language, the effusive praise that is used in this report just made me so happy. I thank you. I thank you for your efforts. Now, we have an opportunity to rest on our laurels, till about 9 o'clock, filled with cake. And then we have a lot more work to do. Because although they mentioned a number of things we're doing well, we know the journey from good to great requires us to be even better. Our students demand it. Our community deserves it. But today, I just wanted to share. Today, was that dramatic? That was all for dramatic pause. I know how to do this. Since you're so good at this, you want to give me one more? Hey, there you go. So what happens now, real quick? We have an opportunity, and Dr. Linda Elliott Nelson has already begun this, to correct items, factual items of error or omission. Not anything having to do with their impression of the institution. So if they got a title of a position wrong, if they spelled something wrong, if they made some error, they're very clear that it's not anything open to interpretation, that you know, like the Center for Instructional Excellence was called three different things. We're going to correct that and get that back to them sometime this week. Then we will have a complete report. It goes to the Higher Learning Commission Board of Trustees in June. They meet quarterly, and then that's where it's officially accepted. But once, at this point, it's set. We just have been cautioned that we are not able to share the draft until those corrections of fact are made, agreed upon, accepted, and then sometime, probably a month or so from now, we'll be able to put it on our website, and we will, for all of you to read, our community partners to read, our students to read. And as we move forward, it will be a point of pride that folks came, saw, investigated, and came away unbelievably impressed with this unbelievable institution. And for that, I thank you and invite you to eat cake. Anyone have any questions? Any questions? All right, folks, thank you so much. By all means, get some cake.